This year you will suffer no loss.
GAP TV, RCCG Dubai TV channel.
Help me to welcome and celebrate Jesus Christ in our mommy's life. Mommy Suzanne Oyemade.
Please sit down. Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful day. This is the third time I'm worshiping here, and I always enjoy the music. I prepared to start with exercise, but I saw that we've really done so much. So I will just go on, and then maybe we can round it up with exercise. What we have today is really, really very important. And I was coming from there. Because if you have experience is the best teacher. I got into health industry through my own experience of being sick. And we are going to see that. And there's no disease that is not curable. Any disease at all. Because this is what we are made to believe, that there's no cure for certain disease, and then we end up taking drugs. And the name of my company is Turn Back Time. That is, I bring things back. So if you're 50, I make you to become 40. I'm 72, going 73. But I feel like 21. So I'd like you to come along with me. So after today, you will change, as I've changed. But the topic is living long in good health. There's no debate about living long. A lot of people are living long today. But living long in what? There are a lot of people who are homebound. They cannot come out of the house. There are many on the wheelchair. There are so many people in the hospitals. So what's the point in living long and not being healthy? So what we are going to learn today is how to live long. And I ask the question, how many people live long today in good health? Very, very few people. I know many people are so rich, but unfortunately they have what? Poor health. Money is not everything, as we know. Because when you even have the money, it cannot buy you your health. So can we please move on? Men and women's general health issues today, which we all know. Can we just bring the slide up, please? The first sickness is sickness, but many people don't really know. It's what? Obesity. If you're obese, you are sick. Because behind obesity, what do we have? High blood pressure. We have diabetes. We have stroke. And these are all devastating diseases. So it's not just I'm fat too. There are so many things coming behind it. And that's why I say it's number one, sickness. Then we talk about stress. Where I come from, in Nigeria, we are stressed. I don't know about Dubai. You see the same thing? Yeah. Maybe stress in a different way. Okay. High blood pressure. Many people are walking corpses because they don't test, they don't know. Many people will come to me to Turn Back Time, and I will tell them, I say, you should be in the hospital by now. They've never tested their blood pressure. They don't know what is happening. And behind that is that terrible thing. Diabetes, we also have that. And cancer in so many variations. The breast, cervical, everything. In Nigeria, majority of young people are dying on a daily basis of what? Cancer of the breast. And it doesn't have to be. Then ulcer, kidney and liver problem. We know how to travel to India in Nigeria to change this. But after some time, what happens? The same thing. Hypercholesterol, because of what we eat. We eat so much oil, so much everything, salt. depression, and also hepatitis. This is very common in Nigeria. Eye disease. You see young people having glasses, young and old. Constipation. This is a big, big problem. Many people don't go to toilet. Some people go once in 3 months. Please, I'm not exaggerating. I've had people come to me 3 months, it's as if it's no longer, when they now feel like going, why should I go? And many of our children and students in the universities, they don't go to toilet because of the state of the toilets. And this is killing, because we are going to come to learn that. And also heart attack. Many people drop dead. They sleep, the following day they cannot wake up again. Then incontinence. There are many, many men in 3-piece suits and who are carrying Pampers because they cannot control their urine anymore because of prostate problem. Then we have Parkinson, dementia. Young people now can't remember things. It's no longer old age diseases. It's what? Early age diseases. Asthma and also AIDS. Quickly, please. There are certain problems with male. And once you are 35 years of age, you need to take care of your prostate. Please. It's no longer 50, 60. 35, you need to take care of your prostate. Prostate enlargement, prostate cancer, low sperm count. Many, many youths cannot make their wives pregnant anymore. And this is due to what we eat. And stress, and also impotence. I think an Indian man came to Nigeria to do survey, and he was sharing with me. He said, do you know that 90% of youths cannot make babies anymore? And I believe him, because it's a big problem. Women will be running around. There's nothing wrong with women, because men usually say there's nothing wrong with us, but they are the things, who have problems today. And then female, we have certain problem with them, menstrual problem. A lot of, I would say, 1 in every 2 ladies in Nigeria have what? Fibroid. Yes, it is true. Because you look at the tummy and you say, what is in there? We are going to see what is in there later. Then problem with infertility. And menopause, people are 40 and above, or people are less. Again, goiter, we're seeing a lot of people with that. Breast cancer, cervical, and ovarian. I mean, look at that lady. I haven't worked for so many years. It's time for her to retire. She has problem with her kidney, and she has to go on dialysis. Can you read what she has said? I don't want to die. How many people want to die? Nobody. I haven't worked all her life, and at the end of the day, when she should be enjoying the fruit of her labor, what happens? This problem. Something we can avoid, and this is why I want to share this with you today. Next one, please. Looking back, I'm not a saint, and I want to show you where I'm coming from. Can you put it on? I was 105 kilos, and I was wearing size 22. I had all the aches and pains, giddiness. I was wearing glasses, depression, everything. And what was I looking for? Medication. From one doctor to another. I left Nigeria. I went to UK, Harley Street. You know how much it is. The more drug, the more problems. And you go to the doctor, you are given one drug. That drug will bring another problem, making what? 2. And that one will bring another one. At the end of the day, by the time you finish, you have now 10 problems. You went in with 1, but you came out with 10. And I met a young man. He has healing. We believe in energy. I don't know whether you've heard about energy healing. When you lay your hands, heat will be coming and you'll be healed. It also happens in the church. And I went to him and I said, please, Ade, could you lay hands on me? He looked at me and he laughed. He's younger. He said, Mrs. Oyemade, your case is not hand laying. Go and learn how to eat to live. You're eating to die. Many of us are eating to what? To quench. I look at him, I said, I'm a diplomat. I said, okay, thank you, I see you. And I left there, I was raining abuses on him. How dare you? You are much younger than me, teaching, telling me to go and learn how to eat. But 3 weeks later, as I sat down, because sometimes, most of the time, we live unconsciously. We are not mindful, we are not aware. I did not realize how big I was, like I was a cow. I used to be slim, size 8. That's how my husband loved me and, spoke to me. Then I became something else. Sometimes we are married. Your husband doesn't want to take you out anymore. You know why? Because you are no longer the first thing he met. And my husband wasn't complaining. Maybe he was inside, but I didn't realize until that man told me. 3 weeks later, I sat there. And then something brought me, something just occurred to me. And I went towards the mirror. That was when I saw how fat I was. I said, wow. And what that man told me came back. Learn how to eat to live. I went back to him with humility. And he gave me a cassette. And that cassette changed my life. Fit for Life. I listened to the cassette. The cassette recommended 2 books. Fit for Life and Healthy Living. And I demolished the book because I read well. And what did I do? I took all the things that the book stated into, practice. Because sometimes we learn and we don't use it. We say knowledge is power. It's not power until use it. In the morning, you know what I usually eat? I will eat bread, sausages, baked beans. We've arrived, isn't it? We haven't arrived though. And I will put milk, sugar, coffee, everything. I go to work. By 10:30, I was running a school. The meat pie woman will come, or the fish pie. I will be smelling it far away. I don't eat one. By the time I finish, I will have taken about 6. And in those days, it was limca. You know limca? Then I would take about 2. That was around 10:30. When it's about 12:30 for lunch, rice, dodo, mai, ewa, meat. I will put another word, limca. At 3:30, I will send for shawarma. You know shawarma? With all those horrible things. I will eat. Again, limca. Then I will get home, eat rabata. Before I go to bed, the same thing. Not knowing I was accumulating problem. So I put everything into practice. It's difficult, but we need to pray. We need God. I prayed. I conquered my breakfast. So I changed all those poisons to pawpaw. So I only eat pawpaw in the morning. And I changed my tea and coffee to herbal tea. You understand me? So I started. Then, when I make eba, I will make big one with okra soup with a lot of, Can we do this? Can we do this? That is the size of your stomach. What do we put into it? And it's like elastic. The more you put, the more it will be what? So, and this is the story. And I started taking care of myself. So whatever we are going to do today, please make sure you take it and use it so that you can save your life. There's no old age disease. Because sometimes we think when we are 50, what is happening? I should be having arthritis. I should be walking like this. It's not true. You can be strong and be well till 90. And that's the journey we are going to. You can see me, and I was using glasses. There was no difference between my head and my neck. It was like this because of fat. Okay, can we move on? Why sickness? Why do we get sick? Our body is made up of trillions and trillions of cells. The body is not made up of leather. It's not made up cloth. It's made up of what? Cells. And there are trillions in our body. When your cell is sick, who is sick? You are sick. It's like the block we used to build the house. Can we move on? Can we go back? Can we go back, please? Why are we sick? It's cellular malfunction. The cells, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. And why are they not doing what they are supposed to do? And the answer is next one. Next one, deficiency. If you have a baby and you don't feel the baby, what happens to the baby? The baby will die. When you don't feel your cells, they would, what they are supposed to do, they won't do it. If your cells are okay, they repair your body, they make you well. It's in the Bible that you will eat poison, it will not what? Affect you. Because if your immune system is strong, it will not affect you. But when the immune system is weak, what happens? Then we begin to get sick. And then, again, the problem is toxicity. The body is dirty. The body is what? Is stinking. When you have a stinking environment, what do you see there? Cockroaches, isn't it? Bed bugs, all the rats in the world. And when those things are there, what happens? Then the house is dirty, it's smelling, it's not clean anymore, and it's not healthy. So the same thing with your body. So when you look at your body and it's filled with a lot of toxin, then cancer will come out, this will come out, that will come out. Do you understand me? So the two problems. You can see there is only one disease. No matter whatever name you call it, cancer, diabetes, whatever, it is what? Malfunction of the cellulars. And two causes. And the causes are deficiency and toxicity. An average Nigerian, what do we eat in the morning? Please shout it to me. What do we eat in the morning? Bread. And some bread, agege, you know. What do we eat in the afternoon? What do we eat in the evening? Because it's gala. And what do we eat in the night? So you have not given your body live food. You've been feeding the body with dead food. So the body will not function. You do see what I'm saying? So because those are not the things what the body needs to function. They need live food, fruit, vegetable, water. Many people don't drink water. What they drink is what? Coke. And sometimes beer. Now, I put this, I want you to please listen. I said the human body is a chemical composition of 16 principal elements. This body we have is made up of 16 principal elements. And what are these elements? Oxygen. Without oxygen, we cannot live. Nitrogen. Also, we can make bomb in the body. Do you know that? Because those are the things that bombs are made with. When some people say, boom, and it stinks, it's bomb. And it's within the body. Carbon, chlorine, fluorine, phosphorus, calcium. If you are deficient in calcium, what happened to you? Your teeth, your nails, and so on. And then iron, sulfur. Many of us Africans, we don't have long hair. Why? Because we are deficient in sulfur. Maybe we don't have it in our food back home in Africa. Then silicon, iodine. And you see a lot of people with goiter. They go to the hospital to do what? To do surgery. What happens? It grows back. Because deficiency of iodine will always make it to grow back. And then we have iron, like we talk, iodine. And it says every element has to perform certain duties. All these things we are talking about, they have to do something in the body. So if they are not there, what happens? They won't be able to do those things. So I want you to please note that. And he's saying that if the blood and tissue-building mineral salt are not supplied in sufficient quantities, and we don't even have it, we are not talking about quantity, or if any of them is missing, the health will soon become impaired. These elements are nature's only means to establish, re-establish, and maintain an equilibrium between the constructive and destructive functions. So if you are sick, the question you need to ask is, what is missing in my body so that I can put it? If you have bad soil and you plant in it, will anything grow there? No. So it's the same thing. Those who are not able to conceive, there's nothing wrong with them. But the body is not having the nutrients it's supposed to have to bring a baby. Instead of going looking for medication, what should we be looking for? Let me look at what I'm eating. If my body has everything, it will grow. Okay, next one. So you can see that lady. That's the goiter. She didn't do operation. What did she use? product with iodine. And what happens? It disappears. So, there are many of us, we run for medication, we run for surgery, but what we need is discipline and eat good food. Yes, let's move on. That lady had it for almost 30 years before, she was given some product which helped her. Let's see the next one. Toxicity. If you read that, it said toxic fecal matter is slowly killing us. There are many people that go to toilet. You want to go to that toilet, you have to run out. You have to close your nose because the stomach is stinking. Some, they don't smell from afar. But when you come near them and you go so close to them and you see the breath coming from the nose is it's like dead meat. And that can tell you how toxic the body is. The body has changed to acid. And when the body is so acidic, all the things that are not supposed to come out will come out and deal with you. When a dog is knocked down by a car, the first day, that dog is dead. You don't see anything, isn't it? The second day, you don't see anything. But the third day, what happened? The stomach begins to swell. And maybe like the fifth or someday, it opens. What do you see there? Maggots. Have we all noticed that? Maggots. Those maggots are with us. We were created with it because they have assigned duty. Because when we are dead, they are supposed to disintegrate us. But some people's own are working on them while they are still alive. Because when that dog is dead, the body has become acid. No more breath, no more blood. And that's why you see them, they grow. So they are within us. And because we have a lot of acid in the body, they are now big, and they are dealing with us. If we eat good food, they will take it. They will poo-poo in us, they will wee-wee in us, they will do everything in us. And then we become sick. So please, don't be alive and let all the maggots be playing in your stomach because of acid. So he's saying that a lot of us are carrying about 15 to 40 pounds of poo-poo. I want you to look at your tummy or your neighbor's tummy, if it's not looking, and say, what is in there? It's a serious matter, please. It is what? A serious matter. A gynecologist in Luz stated that she's a gynecologist, somebody who's in charge of women. He said, I don't know who is pregnant and not pregnant anymore, both men and women. It's not left for women. Because this stomach, what is in there? So we need to be careful. Can we move on? The same thing, that's megacolon. Because when the stomach is big, the colon is so big and it's filled with a lot of all those things we are not talking about. 40 pounds or more. Next. Now, where do we get the toxin from? Because the question is, sugar. How many of us eat sugar here? So much. Or, please, what you need to avoid mostly is sugar. If I put a cube of sugar on the carpet here, what will you see? Ants. So when you put it in your stomach, all the bad bacteria are coming. And that is what cancer cells feed on. So please, it's the worst thing we can take, which is the sugar. And then bread. Bread. We all love what? Bread. It's not, please, if you cannot leave it totally, let us reduce it. It's also not good for us. And then egg. The question I asked, when I was growing up, over 60 years ago, 65 years ago, maybe when I can say I know my left from my right, the egg we were eating in those days were real what? Egg. The cock will sleep with the hen will produce what? Egg. The egg we eat. But now, both hen, cock are bringing eggs. Where do they get it from? Chemicals. So no more natural eggs. So if you eat it, what are you eating? Chemical. And you are now becoming what? Chemical. I say that women who give their children cow milk, they are bringing their children up as what? Cow. This is why our children are running. Yeah. You see, our children, they are hyperactive, they are running around, they are not sitting down, they are not listening because, the energy. And those of us who eat cow meat also, in Nigeria, we eat a lot of cow meat, and this is why we are aggressive, that is why we fight all the time. If you are what you eat, you are what you eat, isn't it? If you eat cow, what are you? Cow. You see those who eat quiet animals, they are what? They are quiet. Okay. Flesh protein, meat in all sorts. We do not have the acid to digest it. Meat, we should eat it. I'm not saying leave this, leave that. You understand me? But let us know we can eat it in moderation. I know some of us like bokoto, ifu, orishirishi, roundabout. As you are eating it, think that it's thinking in my stomach. Then when you do that, then you won't eat it much. Okay? Dairy products, milk. God created us with breast to give to our children. The cow that we take milk from, what do they eat? Grass. So milk after some time is not what we need, and it's not cow milk we need. It's human. If we still need milk, our parents will not be dying. So I will still say, please excuse me, I'm going home to suck, and then come back. Okay? And coffee, how many of us are coffee lovers? Yeah, we need to minimize it, because also after some time, shaky allow. Then soft drinks. Soft drinks, soft head. Soft drinks, soft head. Because it affects the brain. So we need to be. It's filled with sugar. A bottle of Fanta is filled with almost what? Maybe 20-something cubes of sugar. And that's what we are taking, which is not good for us. And then also alcohol. I know we are in the church. Many of us, will not be drinking, but some of us will drink because we claim that wine, Christ. Okay. Sources of toxin, junk foods, too much foods. A lot of us eat a lot. Why? Why do we eat a lot? Your stomach is there. But why do we eat those big things? Why? I do know why. Because we are not eating the real thing. Your body will always be hungry for the real thing. But because it's not the real thing, as soon as you finish, you are hungry again. Because it's not nutrient that the body needs. But if you eat what the body... I take pawpaw in the morning. I blend it with ginger, with turmeric, with cinnamon, with moringa powder. And by the time I take it, like around 7, I will not be hungry until 4. You know why? Because all the nutrient is what my body needs. But if I take bread and egg, by the time it's 2 hours later, I'm also what? Hungry again. So if your body take proper meal, it will not be hungry. Okay? We talk about environmental pollution. People smoking where you are, you're getting pollution. Stinking gutter, pollution upon pollution where we come from. So all those things are very, very important to avoid them because it's killing us without us realizing. Then we talk about drugs, alcohol. A lot of us, we have the habit of, I've got headache, alabukun. I don't even know what it was until recently. If you don't get alabukun, you get Panadol. Why are we doing that? That headache may be due that maybe you're thirsty. Maybe your body needs water. Or maybe you are tired or something. Instead of going for drug, let's see what we need. Maybe if we take water. Stress, worries, fear, and what? Unhappiness will also give you a lot of problems. Because as you are having those things, your body is secreting, bad things. And then too much caffeine, smoking, bad relationship. Do we know that also can cause problem for us, can cause pollution? Because when you are not having good relationship with somebody, you see that person, your heart will do, what happened? You're already secreting. And that is dangerous. And this is why they say keep on smiling. Smile or die. So if you smile and you're happy, you won't be sick. But those who are sick are the sad people. People who are not happy. People are always angry all the time. And people are not forgiving, isn't it? So it's also there. And then unhealthy digestive system. If you eat 3 times a day, you have to go to toilet 3 times. If you eat 2 times, you have to go to toilet 2 times. If you're only going to toilet once a day, that's a problem. What you are not excreting, where are they? I want you to do an assignment for me. When you get home, look for a potty. Do poo-poo there, cover it and put it under your bed. And bring it out 1 week later. What will you see there? What will you see there? That's what is inside what you have not brought out. So please remember that. Quickly, you can see that is the stomach of a real human being. The one on the left is the colon that is balloon. And the other one is the colon that is diseased. And you can see it's a fecal fecal matter for 20 years. There are some people still carrying 20-year-old poo-poo inside their stomach. And that is where sickness is. Next, death begins where? Can we go back? Death begins where? In the colon. You see some people, I saw her 3 weeks ago, she was looking, she was smiling, but she's gone. She was dying where? Slowly inside. Because the age we are born is different from the biological age which we carry inside. As I'm looking at you, the day you were born, it's not the issue. It's not the one directing your life. It's the biological age which is inside. So you can be 40 years on earth, but you could be 80 biologically inside of you. And when you are 40, but you're now 80, how will you be feeling? Like 8-year-old person. So you are now 40, you have arthritis. My leg, and then going like this. And you cannot do what 40-year-old person is doing. So this is biological. Can we? You are what? What you eat. If you eat good food, that will help your body life, you are alive. If you eat dead food, then what is the answer? Dead body. Look at those 2 people. They're of the same age. But look at that mama now, but look at the other one. And the question I'm asking is, which life are you designing for yourself with your mouth? Which life are you designing for yourself with your mouth? So before you put something in your mouth, be mindful. Would this build me or would this tear me? If it's going to tear me, what do? I put it down. And then I change it. Your health, your what? Responsibility. So that is the part 1. But part 2, the part 2 is where you are going to learn a lot. That I like to carry you along. Please, can you, Bolu, I think you need to help me do that because... Okay, that's fine. Can we make it big, please? Thank you. The food we eat, the state of our mind. We are sitting down. Nobody can tell what you have in your mind. You can't tell what I have in my mind. But some people, their mind is the one killing them. What you eat, please go back again. What you eat, the state of your mind, and our lifestyle shape what? Our lives. I used to tell people, please stop saying the devil is doing this. Let's sit down and keep devil away and face yourself. What are you eating? If I eat eba in the morning, I eat bread in the afternoon, and I eat pounded yam in the evening, and I've been doing that for 50 years, and suddenly there is diabetes. Where is the devil? It's that little by little we are accumulating. So we need to face reality. So, We start early like this, beautiful, isn't it? How do we end up? Most people, this is how they end up. But we don't want to end up like this. We want to end up straight and still be vibrant. The question now is, how old are you inside? The question you should ask, can you ask your neighbor, how old are you inside? It's very important. Unfortunately, that's the business I do now. I have a machine that can tell me how old you are inside. And the beauty of it is that you will now do something and we can reverse and bring you back to, younger age. And I put this there. Where are you on the scale? You can see perfect health there. And gradually we are going. And we don't realize that because the doctor hasn't found anything in us, we think we are well, isn't it? But by the time whatever is wrong with you is diagnosable, one is nearing where? That's it. So please don't say there's nothing wrong with me. But you need to check yourself so that we can reverse it. So where are you on the scale? Move on. So we are going quickly to go through this. This is very, very important. I gave you the preview so that you'll be able to appreciate it. The steps to vibrant health, happiness, and what? Longevity. In good health. We want to be old, we want to grow old, but in good health. The first one. What do we need to do first? What is it, please? Self-analysis. Because if you don't know what your condition is, you cannot do anything. So what we need to do is to do self-analysis. When I eat, how do I feel? Do I sleep well? Do I constantly have a headache? Do I go to toilet? All these things are very, very important. How do I feel? You understand me? And then once we are able to do that, we'll be able to know what to take care of. You need this self-analysis. And the next thing is what? You seek knowledge. What you don't know may be killing you. There's no excuse for ignorance. We need to learn about this body. Many of us, we know about television, about everything, but do we know about this body? We don't. I had to go back to school with my children when my son was in SS3 to do biology, to learn about this. But that's the time I realized how magnificent the machine that God created. That's a magnificent, work of God. And I appreciate it. We are looking at our body, but we do not see the inside of it. When you see the inside of it, you will marvel and give glory to God that I will take care of this body. So you need to understand that. The next thing is what? Detoxification. If you have a room, you bought good furniture, you brought a lot of tables and everything, and your room is dirty, and it's been there for 30 years, and you now put new things into it. Will it look nice? What do we need to do first? Clean the house, paint it, take all the rubbish and throw away. Then we can now put the new furniture. The same thing. We need to do detoxification to get our body clean, which is the next one. So, look, you can see, this is our stomach. Isn't it beautiful? But if they open it up now, people will run away because it stinks. Clean gut, vibrant health. If your tummy is clean, your inside is clean, you will be well. You will not have eye problem, you will not have headache, you will not have all those things we're talking about. Move on, please. A healthy gut has a good balance between harmful and friendly bacteria. Inside our stomach, like I told you, we have a lot of bacteria, both good and bad. Trillions. You don't know what is happening. We're sitting down, but they are all in there. But the good one, we need them. The good one must be more than the bad one. When the bad one is more, that's where the problem is. So it has to be good one higher than the bad one. And then you have a wonderful life. Yes, move on, please. You need, step 4, feed your body with what it requires. Do you know that the body speaks? How many people know that the body speaks? Do we know? But we can't listen anymore. Anything you eat and you are not happy, it's not good for you. Any food you eat and you are bloated, it's not good for you. Anything you eat and you start having headache. If I go to Chinese restaurant and I ask them, do you put MSG? And they say no. But if I eat that food and I have headache, I know they put MSG. So my body is what? Telling me. The body is talking, but we don't listen. When you have headache, it means that you need water. Is that okay? Okay, so we need to give the body what it needs. I don't eat white rice. I eat ofada. But many of us, we are so oyinbo, we don't eat what? Ofada anymore. Because the other one is not good for us. The native, some people don't even know what ofada is. Okay. Next one. These are the lovely things we need. Although fruits nowadays are no longer fruit we used to eat. But again, try and buy organic. What should we buy? Organic, which is good. Because otherwise, the others are also polished with a lot of adequate water. How many of us drink water on a daily basis? Yes. Please, when you drink water, your skin begins to shine. And you begin to function very well. And then all the bad thing in the stomach will also get away. Next one. Vitamins, minerals, phytonutrients, and then also antioxidants. Yes, because our food cannot give us all the things we need some supplement. But good supplement. They are expensive, but they are very good for us, which is, part of it. Antioxidant, because that is what ages us. If we have, bad cells, it will age us. Let's quickly move on. You can see if you take antioxidant, the bad cells that are dying can get life from your antioxidant. Next one. Step 5, good word, hygiene. That is, we need to take a bath all the time. If we are in England, some people don't take their bath regularly because of the weather, but I don't think that will happen here, which is very, very important. And then toileting. Move on, step 6, mind word, at peace. There are many people, the number one battle, front is what? Is their mind. And if you don't clear that, there's no way we can, be well. We are talking about good relationships. Some people don't need medication. Some people don't need doctor. What they need is vitamin L. What is vitamin L? Love. Because they are not loved, maybe at home or husband or whatever. So please, we need good relationship with our friend. And then career. Do what you love doing. If you are in a wrong career, what happens? You go to work and you are spending 12 hours at work, every day unhappy. What happens to you? Those are the people who end up with ulcer, cancer, and all the other problems. Then physical what? Activity. Although we do exercise, but we need to be doing things. I iron my clothes. My husband irons his clothes. He washes his thing. I do my cooking. I clean my house. I hoover. But as Nigerians, when we go back home, you have about 4 house girls or 5. You are sitting here, you want to pick something. Joke, please help me take that. When I carry something and somebody wants to take it, I say, no, thank you very much. Don't kill me. I carry my thing. Okay, so you need physical activity and then what? Spirituality. You must have a form of spiritual practice. Sometimes when there's problem, what do? We kneel down and we pray. And we have confidence, we are lifted. But if you don't have anything you are worshiping, can you imagine a person without life of Christ or life of something is worshiping? Also, it can be a big problem. Next, healthy lifestyle, relaxation. Do we relax? We need to relax. Please learn how to relax. Please go on holidays. There are so many spots. Adequate sleep. Do we sleep well? Because if you don't sleep well, you'll be aging. You'll be carrying back there. You'll be aging, and it's reducing our lifespan. Then outdoor what? Activities. We need sun in the body. Not too much, but we need to go out. Not always indoors. And then no smoking. Drug-free life, if possible. If not, we reduce it. No alcohol. And then hydration. Water is very, very important. Extremely important. Next. Effective what? Breathing. We are going to do an exercise. Please, can we stand up? you are able to know how to breathe deeply and you practice it on a daily basis, you will never be sick. You will never be what? Sick. And if you want to do it, make sure you do it in your room. Because if you do about 5 or 6, you'll be hearing all the bad things we have in our stomach will come out. Can you take a deep breath, please? 1, 2, 3. Take a deep breath. Down, out. Yeah. Please sit down. I want you to stand up to show me, because many of us, we are not actually breathing. We are cutting ourselves out of oxygen. When they say take a deep breath, we are not breathing. You know balloon? When you blow in the balloon, what happens? It goes and expands. Your stomach is where your breath goes. And your stomach is the one that will come out, not the chest. Nothing to do with what? With the chest. So when you deep breathe, you do. When you do it, your stomach should push out. And when you exhale, your stomach will come down. And when you do that, about 10, I do almost 21 in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. And you will see that every stale air, every bump in your body will come out. And your stomach will become flat. Yeah. Can we bring it back, please? Can we bring it back? It said deep breathing is the way you fully oxygenate the body and thus stimulates the electrical process of each and every cell. And when I do it, I don't feel tired. I have a lot of energy unless I switch myself off. So that deep breathing will really, really help you, because you need oxygen. And once the oxygen is flowing, it's carrying a lot of nutrients around your body, and also you're going to be looking young, which is good. So next, be active. Look for something to do. There are so many of us who are idle. We're always, this morning I was coming and I was sharing with one of the members. I said, I would like to see the children, Nigerian children, to be calm, to sit down and be reading instead of running around. All these things are very, very, important. That is, we should have something to do. We should acquire new skill. We should not say we are old and we are not learning. I'm still in school, I'm learning. Every year I'm adding another profession. I've just finished one exam and I'm going on into another one. And I'm going to continue to acquire, because when you have something you are looking towards, you will want to live long. But when you are idle and you don't have anything, what happens to you? You want to die. I think it was one of the old presidents of America. It said, if you don't have several mountains to climb, he said the spirit will depart. When you don't have mountains to climb, what happened to the spirit? It departs. So don't let us be idle. Be of service. Next, regular personal health check. Please make sure I will finish up, please. This is important. Thank you. Make sure you check your blood sugar. The machine is not expensive. Make sure every week you do that. Blood pressure machine, also they sell it. It's so small. I don't see why you cannot do this personal health check at home. If your blood sugar is racing, what happens? I have to take the carbohydrate. I have to put vegetable. If the blood pressure is high, what stress am I going through? So please, don't leave everything to the doctor. And then we should be sitting what? What do? We coil our body. And when you coil your body, you begin to age. So we sit straight. You can see that's the way we need to stand up. But look at some of us. By the time you are doing this, your body is also what? Doing that. Next, quickly. You can see the way we do our neck, especially men. And they have a lot of mountains here because they do this. Our head should be straight. If you want good spirit to come into you, your head should be what? But when you do like this, you will. And then the way we sit up. There are some people, the body is so slack because we keep on stretching. We keep on stretching. And by the time we finish stretching, what happens? It becomes slack. So we need to sit down properly. Next, also the neck. Because many people have back pain. When you get up from chair and you do like this, you are putting about 10 pounds on your back, but your head should be, straight when you're getting up. Next. Regular exercise, your body, your face, your neck, and your eyes. Quickly, I will just show because the time is against us. Use it or what? If you don't use your mouth, it will become slack. If you don't use your eyes, it will become old. If you don't move your feet, it will become, something. So let's quickly put that up. Next one. Can we also do this? You are stretching, huh? We are stretching. Because it's exercise, in your mirror, nobody will see you, Okay, because you will see it to be firm instead of... Okay, next. Next. Then you see the neck. Can you see what the neck has? A lot of muscle. And when you do not use it, it becomes slack. So let's see what we need to do for the neck. Can we also try that and see? In the morning, front, side, and side. It will really help us, okay? Next. Then everybody will get up and do this. Get up. Can we get up and do this? We need in the morning. It doesn't cost too much. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't. And then also, can we do this? Can we do that? Yeah. So do stretching in the house, Can you see that lady? She's 80 years. How old is she? Has she not got a wonderful figure? So you can also stretch, stretch. Okay, next. Okay, when you get home, you will do that. You can't do that now. Then, okay, before that, another one I will teach you, please. I want you to do it. It will really help you up to your old age. You will not be staggering. Some elderly people. You've seen them? Huh? They do like that. So I'm going to teach you the trick whereby you won't do that at old age. When you wake up in the morning, get up and do this. Can we all do it? You can count 10 and put down, and then do that again. Count 10 and do, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the one that is going to be difficult, which also will help you to have a spiritual mind, is lifting your feet and closing your eyes. It will be difficult, but do it. Close your eyes and lift your feet. You will see you'll be shaking to start with, but as time goes on, you'll be able to do it. You do left, and then you do right. And you close your eyes. You'll be, but it has something to do with your brain. So if you do that, you will not age in standing or walking. You will not be dancing like, Okay, please sit down quickly. Okay, can we put the light off so that we can finish? Can we put the light off, please? So what we need to do is the things that probably you have to limit. We've already talked about it. Smoking, alcohol, refined sugar, fat. We eat a lot of fat in Nigeria, but the fat we need is extra virgin olive oil and then coconut oil for frying. That's really good. Food contaminated by pesticide, we need to avoid it. Meat, animals treated, and then also junk food. Next. So, okay. I think maybe I should leave that because, did they have a music for us? Do you have music for us? Okay, so maybe we just round it up with this for 1 minute. Please excuse us. You don't have to go to gym. At home, you can do this. You can even do this. don't have time, I dance a lot because I dance a lot. Every day I dance. That's my exercise. So you can dance in the morning, you can dance in the evening, and then you feel joy. You are happy, Then can we round up, please? This is move on, please. Your body, what is it? It's in the Bible, isn't it? Your body, the temple of God. And then the next one, can we read this? Yes. The Spirit of the Almighty is within us. And when the body is sick, what happens to the spirit? It goes off. And this is why we die. And if it is the temple of God, how should we treat it? Do you glorify God with your body? That's a question we need to ask. And as a Christian, you must be a good example by living a healthy life. Because people say they go to church. They go to church. Why are they sick? Have they asked you that question? They call God, 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 and they are sick. And the sick people are plenty in the church. Many people are in church because they are sick, and it shouldn't be. So being the temple of God, we need to take care of the body so that the body will serve us. And finally, can we read this, please? You see, when some people see you and you look wonderful, look healthy, they glorify God, isn't it? It's a way of also doing that. And can we read this? That's it. And finally, I think, okay, bless you. Thank you.
Come on, put your hands together for Jesus. Amen. I think I like the last, let's have a seat. I think I like the last phrase. That you need to die old in young body. By the time I will be 90, I will still look this young. Hallelujah. Some people don't share that with me. I don't need your faith. You have to exercise, right? It's a wonderful section. Come on, put your hands together for Jesus. Amen. I'm very sure mommy will still come again. How many people, you don't want mommy to come again? Can I see your hand? You want mommy to come again? So we should not be the hearer but the practitioner of the word. Hallelujah. If you have any question, can you just write it now? Do you have any question you want to ask her? I want you to write your question quickly. We have online questions here. Some people are asking questions online. And how many do we have in the house? Please bring them quickly. I think I need somebody to help me. Where's Sister Ruth? Come. And I want mommy to answer. Okay, can we just start with questions from online? This is the question from online. And I think she will be moderating this section. I set you up.
Okay, praise the Lord. So for the first online question, as most of the things sold as food in Europe are contaminated, what is the safe way to go about choosing what we eat?
In Europe and also in America, there is a movement. Thank you. In Europe and in America, and I'm sure in some African countries, there's some movement going on now with what we call the local market, whereby the people, the farmers, are encouraged to plant their seeds and everything organically, whereby they are not using pesticide and fertilizer. And they organize them, and they come and people buy their products straight from the market. So they should look for farmers market or local market within them, because it's expensive, but it's available. It's also available in Dubai here, because I've bought a lot of things that are organic. And if you read the label, you will see that these things are really good. So she can look for farmers market or, some other organization who are selling fresh organic products.
Okay. I hope we all got the answer. You need to look for farmers markets around you. So for the second online question, how can a big stomach be controlled?
That is really very interesting. The first thing we need to understand is that carbohydrate is the culprit. We eat a lot of carbohydrate, and when we eat a lot of carbohydrate, we have a sugar level rising. And the more it rises, the more insulin we produce. And when we produce insulin, then we have a problem of storing fat in that stomach. And then eating too much is another problem. And not going to toilet is another problem. So we need to make sure our digestive system is super. And at the same time, we don't eat too much. We overeat. And when you overeat, what happens? The tummy will be bloated. And we eat late. My dinner finishes 4:30, 5:30. Anything after 5:30, my husband and I, we don't eat. Because
I believe we have some murmurings. That's difficult.
We always say difficult, but we have to start from somewhere.
Okay.
Nothing is easy in life, but when you know that if I eat late, my body cannot process it. We have the cycle of the body. In the morning, between 6 a.m. and 12 noon, your body is eliminating. By 12 till about 6, your body is, taking food in, and then again, it has to use the food. So anything you eat after 6:30 is no longer processed, and it's going to remain in your stomach. You can drink water. Yeah, water is wonderful. Water is wonderful. So no food after that. And then also, we need to do a lot of exercise, like deep breathing, like I've told you, all the gas you have in there, and avoid acidic food. If I eat bread, I'll be bloated. So why should I eat it? If I eat beans, I'll be bloated. So what I use now, I use quinoa for my mind, and I do a lot of cooking and variation of food, which you can also learn. You can get in touch with me. And I use green plantain for my amala. Raw green plantain, I remove the back, cut it into pieces, and blend it, and make it into amala. Because I don't want to eat a lot of carbohydrate, that will give me that fat. So not big portion, control your meal. We, as Africans, we eat until, even when it's finished, we ask for more. So reduce your plate. And Bolu, would you like to add more for flat tummy?
Yes, I agree with what Mami Oyemade said. It is true that when you eat a lot of carbs, you then increase your chances of storing fat. However, I do believe, and she does as well, in biodiversity. So, as she was saying earlier in the presentation, it's really important to listen to yourself. It's not because she or her body doesn't like beans that yours wouldn't. My body likes beans, for example. But I think really it's just important to be moderate and to make sure that you're eating when you're hungry, not just because you're bored or greedy or etc. So you think about it, the stomach is the place that you actually put on fat first, and it's usually the last place that you lose fat. So if you don't want fat on your stomach, it's a choice. you might want to contact her and see how to do that.
Okay, thank you so much. Eat small portions, control your portions. Don't eat after 6:30 p.m. Okay, 5:30 p.m. The next question. Early menopause. What is the cure, please? And I am not married.
When you talk about menopause, usually it depends on individual, how your parents or whatever. But I believe that if you eat healthily, you will not suffer the hot flushes, you will not suffer the depression, you will not suffer the other, pains and aches and so on. I think the most important thing is eating right and being happy. Being happy, and also take good supplements. If you take good supplements, which will also help your body to remain young, the way we talk about, I take Arctic Sea Omega-3, which is good for brain, which is good for heart. I take L-arginine, which helps me to circulate, very well in the body, especially the blood, because when the blood is flowing, everything will be fine in you. But when the blood is not flowing, then we are blocked energy. So I believe if you eat right, you won't suffer the problems that other people go through. And exercise is very, very important. And most importantly, if you are engaged, because I cannot see myself being idle for 30 minutes. I want to die. I have to keep on doing something that will motivate, help me in every way, or helping people. Get your life to be sad, because sometimes you have a headache, but when you are involved in what you are doing, you won't even remember, what was wrong with me? So a lot of us are eating rubbish, drinking rubbish, taking sugar, and then we will feel that old age problem. They call it old age problem, but I believe there's no old age problem if you eat right, and you are occupied, and you exercise, and you do deep breathing, and you meditate, and you are happy. And then you have a community of people, which also you can share ideas and so on. Because I can be like this, training for 24 hours, I won't feel it, because I'm doing what I like, which is the most important thing.
Thank you, Ma. So for the next question, I have read a bit about moringa, and one of the side effects is infertility, especially in women. Is this true? Also, is there a part of the moringa tree that is good for general consumption?
I'm not an expert in that area. I would not be able to help. You have to ask somebody who is actually into it. I take the powdered one. So, the leaf is made into tea. Moderation, I think, is the answer to everything. Because once people realize that, this is good, they take it excessively. And that will not be good enough. If you like eba and you eat too much eba, what happens? You have problems. So let us limit and then ask questions and Google. Because we have a university on the Google. We can, that can be answered. I'm not an expert in that area. Thank you.
Okay, so if you're taking moringa, just take it in moderation. I am an advocate of healthy living, and I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables. But the problem is that even in Nigeria, a lot of the fruits are ripened with carbide, which is poisonous. Even here, a lot of fruits are grown with fertilizers. Organic fruits and vegetables are very expensive. What do we do?
Money cannot, be equated with life. Organic products are very, very expensive, but you get them around. But I love pawpaw. Pawpaw is the only fruit that agrees with me. Like she said, about individuality. I cannot say, don't eat this, don't eat that. You may eat it, and it's good for you, and it may not be good for me. One man's meat is another man's poison. So, and this is why I keep on saying, listen to your body. Your body is very, very important. It will tell you what it likes and what it doesn't like. If you buy the fruits that are imported, you are likely to get chemicals. But local fruits, like I've said, farmers market, because we have that in Nigeria now. People bring things from the farm, and we organize them so that people can buy fresh. Like the vegetable, they don't use fertilizer on them. So if you look for farmers market, you will get organic products. that are not even too expensive, because those people are happy that you buy in bulk from them instead of them, keeping it there rotten and at the same time, not selling. So farmers market is going around all over the world, and I will also appeal to Nigerians who are also interested in helping people to be well, for us to organize in our locality, where we come from, the village we come from. We can organize the farmers there, and they bring their things to where we can help them to sell it to people who love good health.
Thank you, ma'am. The next question, is brown bread good for health?
As far as I'm concerned, no bread is good for me. So what is good for you? You understand? Because it's all made of flour. It's not good for me as an individual, but who am I to say you should not eat it? The type of our own health counseling is not saying don't eat this, don't eat that. You are the master of your destiny. If it's good for you, so all breads are not good for me because it's made of flour. And also the wheat we have today is not the wheat we have in those years. They have been engineered. They are, it's not. This is a GMO, so they've been cultured. They've been everything has been done to it. So it depends on you. You may eat it and it's good for you, but others may not. So it depends. I cannot. What will I say? I cannot say if something is bad or it's good. But as far as I'm concerned, flowers are not good for me.
Thank you, ma. Our sister would like to.
No, sorry, Bolu.
Yes, ma'am.
Brown bread is okay.
Hello. Regarding white and brown bread, so brown bread is usually just white bread that is colored, first of all. Second of all, there's whole wheat bread. The problem, as Mrs. Oyemade was saying, is that wheat is actually at the cause of many health issues, and many people actually stop eating wheat completely, and all their health issues are completely reversed. I love bread, so I understand people who love it. But you have other types of bread. So you have bread made out of quinoa, she was saying before. You can have bread made out of coconut flour. So you can actually have alternatives to eating bread, which is nice, but not the wheat. So wheat, many people are actually allergic to. It depends on your body, but if you cut out wheat from your diet for a while, you'll see whether or not you start bloating, whether you're losing weight, etc., etc. So I would be more categoric there and say brown bread, if it's made from wheat, I can't say will be good for you. Now, whether it's bad is another question.
Okay, thank you. So please, for this person who asked the question, I hope you have your answer. Just try to avoid it. Next question. Please, is it true that lemon is very good for cleansing the body and curing many diseases? I hope too much of lemon will not harm me.
Too much of everything is bad, like we have said. But lemon, although when you taste it, it's very sharp. But when it gets into your body, it's alkaline. I take it the first thing in the morning in warm water. So it's really very good for the body. Again, like I've said, it depends on you. We are about individuals. So if it's good for me, it may not be good for you. So test it. Listen to your body, because we'll teach you to learn to listen to your body. Nobody should tell you eat this or eat that, because they don't know how you feel with it. Any food you eat and you are not feeling comfortable, it means it's not good for you. And this is what, if you look at the animals in the bush, do they have doctors? Do they have, what do we call it, consultants? Do they have dentists? So the same thing that they are using is what God has given to us right from childhood. But we've forgotten it because of the upbringing or the way we eat. But if we can now go back and listen intuitively, we'll be able to pick. There are certain things I will see intuitively, I don't want to touch it. I know it's not good for me. And each food we eat, it has energy. Food energetic, we call it, So if you eat something and you begin doing what you were not doing before, you know that the energy of that thing is not even for me to go to a restaurant to eat. If people there are not happy, if I eat that food, it affects me. You understand me? To say, so you need to be careful, because all these things God has given to us. And this is why we should not forget, who we are. We are spiritual, either we like it or not. And whatever the body doesn't like, immediately it will tell you. But because of the greed, because of sweet mouth, we eat all those things, isn't it? So that's the way I feel. I would not say it's good or it's not good, but you will know it's not really good for you.
Thank you, ma. So we need to listen to our body. Your body will tell you if something is good for it or it is not.
But lemon is really very good. It's good for me, and I'm sure it's good for so many people. But again, in moderation. Everything in moderation. I squeeze in water, I take, then sometimes I cut it into, slices, and I put it in my water. But because it's good, some people would take it in the morning, they would take it in the afternoon, they would take it in the evening, and too much of everything is bad.
Whatever you eat in moderation. Second to the last question. You mentioned a bit about meditation. What is your opinion on yoga and Reiki? Again, it depends on your preference. Meditation, you do it the way, our meditation, I read my Bible, you understand me, and I have quiet moment, and I pray. That's my own meditation. But some people will, it depends on what you do as an individual. So there shouldn't be any do this or do that. I pray, I read my Bible, and then I can be quiet and staring at the sea. You understand me? That can be my form of meditation. But I know that quiet moment is good for me because I get a lot of things from the Almighty Father. And I believe in angels. How many people believe in angels? Yeah. You can ask my husband, if I'm looking for something and everybody is, I said, don't look around, my angel will get it for me. And they will, and I will go and find it. So that's my own way of meditating. I'm not crazy about saying mantra or something. But some people, if it works for them, it could be their own form of meditation. We are so liberal, the way, the training people are doing now, that you don't force people against what is good for them. Which is, if you want to lose weight, I won't say don't eat this, don't eat that. But I will tell you, whatever your body wants, take it. Bread may not be good for me, but it may be good for you. So who am I to now say don't eat that? And this is why dieting is not the issue. It is lifestyle. You condition yourself to what. Sometimes I still eat the bad food, but not all the time. Sometimes I want to let myself eat, I will eat dodo. But I know that dodo that I've eaten will give me problem within 3 hours. But I've already decided that I will suffer that, because I know it's not really good for my body. Do you understand me? So when something is regimen, people don't like it. But these are the things that are not good. These are the things, but now make your own choice. Moderation is a 90% good food, 10% the other way, instead of the other way 90 and then the other way 10. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. What would you advise for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a healthy living?
I can only tell you what I take in the morning. Like I've said, in the morning I take my pawpaw. I like pawpaw because it's good for my stomach, and I so much like flat stomach, because my husband is always upset. He said, look, you can't take your eyes off people's tummy, every time, and this and that, because I just believe that, tummy when it's flat, you have a good health. I take pawpaw in the morning, like I've said. I blend it with ginger, turmeric, cinnamon. I put cinnamon in everything in moderation, because at the back of my mind, I do not want any high blood sugar in my blood. And cinnamon lowers that, one. And then also turmeric is anti-inflammatory. Also for aches and pains, I do not go through it. So I blend it together, and then I put scoop of Forever Aloe chocolate in there. And I take it in the morning. I take it like pap. But sometimes it could be quinoa. Quinoa? I make it into pap. And I put aggie. I don't put sugar in it. So that could be my breakfast, or eat pawpaw itself. In the afternoon, what do I eat? I can eat green plantain moi moi. The green plantain? I use it for moi moi too. Blend it, put all the ingredients of moi moi, and I use very little salt. Then in the evening, again, I can take, usually we eat one meal in the afternoon, and then in the evening we eat something light. It could be salad. I love a lot of salad. I do love salad. I like quinoa salad. I like tomato salad. So I make sure every day I take 2 live foods. I can take any other thing in the afternoon. I'm not meat eater, but I like fish, but not also much, in moderation, which is very important. And I drink a lot of water. So, but again, some people do well on yam in the morning. If I take yam, I'll be sleeping. So it depends on individuals what they can take.
We just got an online question now, so we'll take it. That would be the last question.
Okay.
Is fried plantain bad for the health?
Anything fried is bad. But again, if you want to fry your plantain and you want to avoid the rancid oil, then you can fry it with coconut oil. Because when you fry with coconut oil, it doesn't change the value of that oil. But when you fry with other oil, then it's not good for heart. So, but if the person, again, I've seen some people frying dodo with the back of without taking the back off. What they're trying to do is the oil not to really penetrate so much. But like I've said, if you use coconut oil, wonderful. But there's nothing wrong with it if you make it an occasional and not an everyday meal, because we are trying to avoid being fried, with bad oil.
Thank you, Ma. And for the very last question,
another one.
We have a question, one last question, and then we would close the segment.
So I just want to ask this question, and I think it might resonate with a few people. It's about genes. What I mean is that we have some family history of people with high blood pressure, people with high diabetic in the family. How do they deal with this? Because no matter what you do, it still comes back. How do you change this?
Now, research has been carried out extensively that you can change your genes. My family is a family of chronic diabetes. I don't have it. You understand what I'm saying? But if I'm eating the way my parents were eating and the way other people were eating, in the morning, pounded yam in the afternoon, bread in the evening, of course I will have it. So gene is no longer the issue. But because you have that in your family, if you take things that would make you to have it, then it will be quicker to do. The research had gone on so much that now we can... Bolu, do you want to say something to that? Yeah, that we can now change you can change your genes to whatever you want. So it's no longer alibi. No more long, because I've seen a lot of people, you are big. In my family, we are fat,
I don't know whether you guys know this, but only according to what you said. So, for example, if you have a parent who has a particular disease, whatever it is, many people think, it means that I have to have that particular disease. But as Mami Oyemade was saying, actually only 5% of your diseases, shall I say, are not, are absolutely inevitable, let's say. So they're master genes. Yes, your genes remain the same, you have the same sequence, but you can either unlock the disease or keep it at bay. And if you have an environment which is basically not permitting that door to be opened, then you will not have that disease. So our health, as Mami Oyemade was saying earlier in the presentation, is absolutely in our hands. It's not only the food that you eat, but also your thoughts. Because some people eat beautifully, lots of lettuce, tomatoes, olive oil, etc., but they still get cancer. So you can think, what are they thinking about? So really, we really have the power, let's say the power over our genes, which are important, but it's in our hands. What are we eating? Are we having physical exercise? Are we having nice relationships? Are we thinking good thoughts? Are we having a good spiritual practice? If we do not do these things, then certain diseases will never appear for us. It doesn't mean it won't happen to your family, but what are you doing? So it's not inevitable.
Thank you so much, Ma. Have you been blessed today?
Thank you.
I'm sure we have all learned a lot of things today, but in conclusion, when you eat in Don't eat after. God bless you. A round of applause for our mommy.
This year you will suffer no loss.
GAP TV, RCCG Dubai TV channel.